At what point did you make the decision you wanted to go to Israel or Palestine?
Well, this all happened between the age of 16 and 17, I would say. The emissaries used to come from Palestine, people like David Ben Gurion, and they would tell us the need, to go. And
What were the kind of things they said?
well, it was just an atmosphere that was created, and that it was the right thing to do, and you couldn't go so easily in those years. So they established these training farms. There was no training farm in Canada in 1946 when I went. So I went to Cream Ridge, New Jersey. And then when a training farm was established in Smithville, Ontario, there was such discipline in the movement. They said, "You're Canadian, you have to go to the Canadian farm." So I went to the Canadian farm, and then some emissaries came from Israel, and they said, "As Canadians, we have British passports, as you heard, and we could go." So we left from New York Harbor. And when I say we, believe me, it wasn't a big group. There was myself, and there was one other from Toronto, Tzvi Burstein, who afterwards came back to Canada, became an architect, and later returned to Israel and designed Kikar Dizengoff in Dizengoff Center in Tel Aviv. So anyhow, we went from New York Harbor on a ship called the Marine Carp, which was a converted troop ship. And I remember we slept in hammocks, and we didn't complain at all. That was just it. And there were Arabs on the ship also, I remember. And we stopped in Beirut, and there were young Arab children on the dockside waiting for people to throw coins and so on. And that stuck in my mind, that picture. And then we stopped in Piraeus. And when we got to Haifa, there were representatives of the Jewish agency on board, and they gave us this card that says Government of Palestine. And they said, when you get off the ship, have your picture taken, and that will make you a legally landed immigrant. So this was in January 1947. And what's interesting is that at the same time they said, "Give us your passport." And can you imagine being so naive and handing over your passport? They said, when you get to the kibbutz, Kfar Blum, which was where I was headed, you will get your passport back. So I get to kibbutz Kfar Blum and ask for my passport. They said, don't worry, you'll get it. And once the state was declared, they no longer needed my passport, so I got it back. And I realized they used it to bring in people from the DP camps because it had a stamp on it saying Italy, and I knew I had never been to Italy. They had taken up my picture, and to this day, I don't know who came in on my passport. I'd love to know. They might have used it over and over again. So, and Kfar Blum at that time was a brand new settlement. There was nothing there. There was a wooden dining hall, and there were, I remember, 5 eucalyptus trees because they soak up the moisture from the earth because it was a swampy area, the Hula Valley. And now when people come there, they see an Olympic-sized swimming pool, concert hall, high school for the whole area, lots of trees and houses. And they have no idea. They think there was a beautiful park, and in the park, the kibbutz was built.